Cinephiles. Hello everybody, welcome to American Cinephiles, the YouTube channel that doesn't have a tagline yet. I'm Nick.
I'm Kyle.
And today we're going to talk about a movie we saw last night, Kingsman: Secret Service. Kyle, take it from me. Who's in it?
Kingsman stars Taron Egerton as Eggsy.
In a breakout performance, for the first really big thing he's done. I think he carried most of the movie by himself. Mm-hmm. And he was funny. He had heart. Acting was great. His stunts were great. I think he brought it and made Kingsman as good as it was.
We had Colin Firth as Harry Hart or Galahad, Mark Strong as Merlin, Samuel L. Jackson as Valentine, Michael Caine as Arthur. Nick, what were your thoughts on the movie?
Well, like I said, what was the kid Egerton?
Taron Egerton.
Taron Egerton. He really put on a great performance. Typically, when you see an actor, a young actor, like in his first role, it's kind of like, oh, I was shaky, but you'll get better. It felt like I was watching a movie star when I was watching this kid. I thought he was great. Colin Firth did a bunch of his own stunts, which I thought was awesome. I thought he was really good too, as it's kind of like a father, a father-like character. I thought he did really well in that. Samuel L. Jackson. What were some of your thoughts on the film, Kyle?
My thoughts on the film: fantastic action scenes, fantastic writing, fantastic comedy. They just, when you need it the most, there were funny parts. It wasn't just a action, kill. It was action, comedy, and kicking ass.
Well, and another thing that I really found enjoyable was that this movie, it's kind of a melting pot of genres, and it never tries to be one of those genres. It just succeeds at it. I never felt like oh, this is a comedy action movie that's trying to be dramatic. This isn't a dramatic comedy movie that's trying to have action. It takes all of its parts and it does well at them. Every action scene was well done. All the action was awesome. Every scene that was supposed to be funny
was funny.
For the most part, was funny. Every scene that was supposed to be dramatic and kind of be like, holy shit, wow, there's some heart to this movie. It had that heart. It succeeded at all those things. My only concern with the movie, I would say, was that some of the pacing. There were just a couple parts where I was like, this could be sped up just a little bit. By the end of the movie, I was kind of like, okay, I can go now. Mm-hmm. But I mean, not to the point where I'm like, come on. But just kind of like, you can speed this up a little bit. So that was my only thing. Other than Taron Egerton and Colin Firth, their relationship on screen, I thought was touching. It was pretty good.
Yeah, they built on each other.
Yeah, and same with Taron Egerton and Mark Strong, because Mark Strong didn't really like him at first. He's like, get rid of your ego, bitch, and then by the end he's like, good work, Eggsy. So they built on that. The only one that wasn't really built on in any way was Michael Caine. Near I'm not going to spoil it, but near the end, him and Eggsy sit down, and that's when there's a little bit of a reveal and stuff. Mm-hmm. But even then, it's just kind of like, oh, well, now we know that. It's just kind of like, eh. But everything else about it, solid writing, solid special effects, solid action, solid comedy, solid British people at pubs. Now, how are we going to rate our movies? Like A to F or 1 to 10? I'm thinking like a 1 to 10 scale.
1 to 10, because that's probably the easiest.
All right, so what would you give Kingsman?
I'll rate this movie a 7 out of 10. There wasn't really many bad parts in the film. There was some pacing issues, but it wasn't enough to, get me out of the movie. There was a lot of action. There was a lot of comedic timing, and then the acting itself was phenomenal. Nick?
I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna give Kingsman a 7.75 out of 10 because, like I said, it did really well with the writing, the story itself. Actually, the story itself was just a little dull. Like the actual story of like with the chips and everything, I was just kind of like, really? That's what you're going with? Okay.
But it makes sense.
And yeah, it makes sense. It's supposed to be comic-y because it is based off of comics, so it's alright. But because of that, I think that's kind of also what slows down the pacing a little. The only issue I had with the movie, like we both said now, was the pacing. Yeah, I think it was off every once in a while. I think it's a movie, though, that if you bring Taron Egerton back and Mark Strong, I would like to see a sequel. So I'm going to say 7.75 out of 10. Definitely see it.
I definitely would recommend it.
It'd probably be better to go see that than 50 Shades of Grey, I would say.
Unfortunately, as of this filming, 50 Shades of Grey at the box office has completely just dominated.
For a movie that has a 3.9 on IMDb, that is...
So, yeah.
7.75. One of the only times that you've rated a movie lower than I have.
Yeah.
That's interesting. All right, that's it for our review of Kingsman. 7.75 for me.
7 for me, which doesn't really happen that often where I give a lower review than a friend of mine. But hey.
Yeah, Kyle's typically the one who's like, no, hang on, guys.
No, hang on. There are some good things.
There are some good things about Jurassic Park 3, about Terminator 3.
Yeah, there are.
Don't, we're done. Good. We're done.
Anyways, we're American Cinephiles, and we will see you later.